Good morning everyone, welcome to the daily crypto news show. So we are today September 8th, 2020, and what are the news? So first of all, investors have been buying Bitcoin despite the recent price slump. At 10k we saw strong buying pressure from actually a lot of individuals. We'll go on details about who was actually buying, but 10k seems to hold at the moment. Ethereum developers wait gas rule change to its fee pressure. So we all know about the Ethereum fee issues due to the rise of popularity of stablecoin, DeFi, and crypto in general, crypto applications. Most of them are built on Ethereum. Then we have exchanges that suffer also as Chinese finally are catching up on the DeFi craziness. Like it's been mostly a Western, let's say, phenomenon for the past few months, and since last week and ongoing, Chinese and Asian crypto users have been catching up on this new craze. Crypto volume surge in August. August looked typically like a bull run month, like you'll see the numbers, but this has been a really good month for exchanges, either spot exchanges or futures or derivatives exchanges. Then we have a number of active DAOs up 660% since 2019. We'll see what it means, if it's all positive or if there are some issues. And finally, a small sum up on financial markets and COVID-19 updates. As we would like to believe, Bitcoin is not uncorrelated to financial markets or other assets, and therefore we have to look at what's going on this market and the current COVID situation to try to know where Bitcoin is going. So let's get to it. So at the moment we still bit at a pullback with a total cryptocurrency market cap at 331 billion. Bitcoin is just a bit north of 10,000. It's been holding it for a few days now. Ethereum is at $343. And let's go with the first news. So what we're saying is that Glassnode actually published some data on who actually is buying Bitcoin. So they took out all the big holders like exchanges or whales, and they just took what they call accumulation addresses. So these are addresses that just pile up Bitcoin dust or really small amount and just keep buying relentlessly just to get a stack in the long run. And we can see that when the price dropped, let's say end of August, beginning of September, actually the number of these addresses have been crawling up. So it's been crawling up for a while, but the pace has been increasing. So this is good. This means that adoption, that some, let's say, retail investor, normal people actually see this drop as a buying point to make a long-term position with just a few dollars, just a few cents, what they have on their hands. Then we have Ethereum developers that are looking to wait the gas rule. So what they're talking about is a proposal, EIP 2751 from Akunov, that looked like during the really high gas fee, actually 2% of transaction were using what they call a gas token. So this was a project made by Chicago. I think it was a Project Chicago in 2017. What is it? Is basically you buy, if I understood well, so do not take my word for it, but maybe do deeper research. So if I understood well, is that you lock the gas price when it is low through a transaction, and you keep it in somewhere open, and when gas is very high, you can erase what you put in that transaction and put the real transaction you want to do now, and this can get you fees down from 50% to even more on the transaction when Ethereum fees are high. So it's quite interesting. Look at it. It's called gas token. Apparently you have aggregator of this token with a CHI token, with like 1 inches and then you can use them. So it's quite interesting. But one of the things that could be let's say backfire if we were to use this kind of thing, basically buying gas, storing it when it's low, and using it when it's high. The thing is that it will drive up demand all the time. So you might not even have low and high. You might always have like medium high to high, and therefore the overall prices will be higher than what it was even before. Exchanges have had a really good month. So let's talk first about Chinese users that chase DeFi gains. Since September, beginning of September, they've seen 900,000 searches on WeChat concerning DeFi. It's been lower for the past few days. And what happened is that Chinese exchanges have seen a number of their customers actually withdrawing a lot of ETH to go on Uniswap and to farm sushi, yield, farm, like whatever token is out there. I even got invited to a new one launching today called Baguette, and as I'm French, it's kind of funny. So not sure it's reliable at all, but I just thought the principle was interesting. Just the name actually. It's probably gonna be a pump and dump like most of these tokens. So the exchanges actually kind of locked their user and did not allow a lot of withdrawals. So there has been a bit of a fuss just to prevent this craze like to be too big in the short run. At the time of writing, so this went down a bit. Now WeChat searches for DeFi are just back to 400,000. And at the time of writing, let's not forget that Uniswap is still the top ranking protocol with $1.7 billion, followed by Aave and then Maker DAO. Next, August, great month for exchanges. So compared to July, volume for the top 15 largest exchanges has been going up almost 60% months on months. This is crazy. And for even the low tier exchanges, been up 30%. What it means is that actually big exchanges got most of this new market share, which makes sense as if it's driven by new users, they will use popular name and let's say the most known name, I don't know, Binance, Crypto.com, all the Huobi, OKEx, all these names. But concerning all the derivatives, it's Huobi that is first derivative volume exchange with 200 billion, followed by OKEx and Binance. For the spot market, it's Binance, which is the first exchange. Then we have a number of active DAOs going up 660%. What this article just says that most of them are actually no use. And for example, the first one is MStable that has a huge asset under management, but actually had only 9 proposals voted, which is kind of a shame. Not even 9 proposals, sorry. They have 9 members that have voted on the 29 voting proposal. So only 9 members. But if we look at the second one, DAO, they have 268 proposals and they have 428 members, and they have only 10% of MStable asset under management. So there is this website that they kind of promote, DAO, that allows you to track what's happening with the different protocol. You can rank by USD value, by members, by proposal, by participation. So DAO is not dead, and with the new farming DeFi craze, it might even have a second life. Then, as I was saying, the last is about financial market, and let's look what's happening. So I'm here on Bloomberg. So what we can see, it's gonna come by, but actually the pre-opening contract right now for Nasdaq is supposed to open at less 2%, and Nasdaq and cryptocurrencies are highly correlated, because these are the same type of people, like people buying tech, people liking technology, and you can invest in Bitcoin, and why not in crypto? You know, it makes sense for the new millennial and tech-friendly generation. So we have to look at this. So it might be a kind of difficult day for crypto. And then we have Europe's various fear becomes reality with new French peak. Fortunately, I live in France and I see this is ongoing. Nobody cares at the moment. It seems like numbers are almost as bad, if not worse, than in April. But people are not worried yet. But as I will show you, COVID, what's really annoying with COVID in general is that it goes from one place to another. So it was in Asia, it disrupted the economy, it disrupted logistics, supply chain. Then it went to Europe, disrupted tourism. A lot of people were unemployed and are still unemployed. Like if you work in Evans Airlines, tourism, like basically there are almost no tourists in Paris, for example. And then it went to the US, where we had a lot of death and measures were taken really late, and actually in many states there are still some kind of lockdown, like in California at the moment. So this impacts like real estate, like people are fleeing city to not pay rent, go back to the parent, so many things, healthcare, like death, of course. And now this virus is, as we're gonna see, so it was stabilizing as daily new case like 250 per day, so still never went sub 200,000 per day since basically mid-June, end of June, sorry. But if we look at the different country, you have US, we can see it's going down, like less than 45,000 cases a day. At the peak, it was at 68, 65. So it's kind of going away. Brazil is the kind of same situation, a bit still high, but still sub 40,000. At the peak, it was at 70 sometimes. Then we have India that is in ramp-up mode and it doesn't seem to stop. Like there are no north of 85,000 new cases per day, and it seems to not stop. And I think they are still in some kind of lockdown right now. So this is really an issue, as you have at the moment almost a million active cases. So people currently infected in India, 1 million. And then we had in Spain some kind of a peak during the vacations, of course. It seems like it's been controlled, but you have new countries with really high daily new cases. France, that has been going up, and as I was saying, it's even higher as daily new cases than it was in March and April. And there is no lockdown at the moment. You can still go to the bars, okay, outside. You can still go to museum, take the metro. They try to promote teleworking, but actually I do not see how this number can go down. Okay, you have to wear a mask in the streets, stuff that we should have done for a long time. But in any case, I don't see how this number is going to go down. And we have UK that seems to be starting the same pattern. It's been for 2 days up north of 2.5k, and you have to go back to basically beginning of May to have this kind of numbers. So this is really not a good news, as I would expect financial market to react really negatively to these new numbers and the possibility of a new lockdown in Europe, where you have so many companies already facing huge financial issues. So be prudent, and I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Bye bye.